Now that I've had the discussion with you in the previous YouTube video, which you should go look for that YouTube video about VPNs, now what I want to do is show you how to install a VPN and then set it up on your desktop and use it. Now, there's 5 or 6 different VPN tools I could use. I've decided that I'm going to use the one called ExpressVPN. Now, I really encourage you to be very deliberate about picking a VPN tool that you want to use long term. And so what I'd recommend you do is, look at the ones that are the big ones, the ExpressVPN, Proton VPN, there's a Norton VPN. There are other ones out there as well. And, read their privacy statements, read their terms of use. Look at the features that come with it so that you're clear about what it gives you, so that you understand what the relationship that you're starting to develop in the context of what the tool will do for you. All right. That being said, I'm going to start today. I'm going to do the $244 a month, but I'm going to do this in a one month plan. So I'm going to pay $13 for it to do it because, again, I don't necessarily believe I need a VPN. All right, let's get started. It wants to know who I am. It needs my, let's see, I can use PayPal. Let's use PayPal. I've got to go to PayPal subscribe. I'm going to blank all this out because you don't need to see me going into PayPal. So I just paid with PayPal. I could have paid with a credit card, but I would not have used a debit card. Now, welcome to it. Your order is successful. Check your email for activation. Download the app. So it told me to get the email. Here's the email. Activate subscription. And it needs a password. So don't look while I put a password in here. So a big part of security is to use a very secure password. So I created an account. And I use a very secure password. There's a VPN activation code. I'm not going to show that to you. Let me copy that. And let's download ExpressVPN for Mac. And it's going to save it into downloads. I'm going to hit save. It's downloading. Now I'm going to go. Is it downloaded? Yes, it's downloaded. So now I'm going to open it. It's expanding. Here it is. I got to double click on it to install it. It says it's from the internet. Wants to know if I trust it. I feel pretty comfortable that I trust it. It's from portal.expressvpn.com. Open. I need to put in my magical password. Install it. And I'm done. It's installed. I've got a bunch of stuff that pops up here. It wants to have notifications. Let's turn it on, allow. It wants to do updates in the background. We can allow that. And apparently I am now in ExpressVPN. I'm ready to go. Would you like help to ensure our service performance by sharing anonymous connection statistics? Let's go with no. Now, it needs me to unlock full access. I need to sign in. Apparently, I'm not signed into the app, so let's sign in. And I need that magical code that I told you I wasn't going to show you. Let's put that code in here, and let's hit continue. I'm signed in now. I am ready to connect to a VPN server and to turn it on. Now, the cool thing about some of these VPN tools is that I have the ability to pick different servers and connect to different servers. So you can see that it by default wants me to connect in USA Atlanta, but this is the list. So I got 7 locations in Australia, 1 location in those different places. Let's see, 2 in Brazil. Let's see what anything bigger. 1 in Ghana, 2 in Hong Kong, 2 in India. Do I have any more in the US? Let's go see. United Kingdom, US is 63. So I can click on the US. 63. So I could connect through Atlanta, Washington. There's 3 different sites in New Jersey, 2 different sites in Miami, New Jersey, Birmingham. I can connect in any one of those cities. Let's do Charleston, South Carolina. And I'm now connected, and I have created a VPN tunnel between my home and Charleston, South Carolina. Now the VPN is on. Let's go see what's going on with the apps and the websites I'm accessing. So now let's go see what this did to my current logins. Let me go look at LinkedIn, and I'm going to hit refresh. Because I basically just moved my laptop from North Carolina, and I just moved my laptop over to wherever I'm signed in now. Where am I signed in? My laptop is now in Charleston, South Carolina. So I just hit refresh, and pretty interesting, it stays connected. So let's go look at Quora, hit refresh. And it refreshed pretty quickly. What kind of delay do I have? Doesn't seem to be a big delay. That's not unusual there. Let's go do Amazon. What happened to Amazon? I refreshed. And it refreshed and came back up. And if I go look at, my orders, what kind of orders do I have? It doesn't seem to be delayed or slowed down significantly. Pretty interesting. I'm going to hide this, but I'm going to go look at one of my financial apps. Let me go there. I'm going to log into my financial app because I wasn't logged in yet. And it logged me in just fine, just as if I'm sitting at home, even though as far as it's concerned, I'm sitting in Charleston, South Carolina now. And one more test. Let's go use the proverbial Facebook. Refresh that. And it continues to work just as if nothing's going on. But what is going on is that my VPN is set up to be protected, and I'm going through my house into Charleston, South Carolina, and then making a connection to wherever, Raymond James, Quora, Facebook, Amazon Prime, etc., etc. And so I built that tunnel, and as I showed you, it didn't seem to be causing much of a delay. Let's go to another site. Give me a second. Let's go to my email. Actually, I'm going to go to my testing email and refresh here. And gmail.com doesn't seem to be having a problem at all. So all I did was go to ExpressVPN. I used PayPal to pay for it. I got the email that I could download and install the ExpressVPN for Mac. In the email, it gave me the magical code that I entered into here to validate my account. I chose a location that I wanted to connect through, and then I hit protect, and I now again have created that VPN tunnel so that all of my conversations through all of these different sites are being encrypted and protected from people getting to them. This is what VPN's all about. It seems like not to be such a big deal once I downloaded it and set it up and turned it on. However, it could be a big deal if you are traveling. It could be a big deal if you're in hotels and hostels or motels, you're in a coffee shop, you're in a cigar bar, you're in someone else's home on a Wi-Fi network that you don't have control of. And the possibility of someone paying attention or hacking your content because it's not being encrypted, especially if you're using and accessing sensitive data, private data, medical data, financial information, etc., etc. It's that easy to use. And by the way, when I'm done using it, I can just simply say disconnect. And now I am no longer disconnected. And now if I go back to Quora, it's going to want to know who I am, but let me right back in. If I want to go to LinkedIn, It's going to bring it right back up as if nothing has changed. I go to different pages, turn it on, turn it off. It seems to be working fine. The magic is creating that virtual private network tunnel to protect and encrypt all of your internet traffic. Before I go, let's take a look at some of the things that are in this portal or in this dashboard for ExpressVPN, just so we understand it. First of all, up top here, you can see there's that icon right there. That's the icon for ExpressVPN. And when I point at it, you can see it shows that I'm connected to Charleston, which it shows I'm protected and connected to Charleston. But over here's a map, and these might be other locations that I've connected to. Let's log out or disconnect. Now let me choose another location. I'm gonna go back to US, and I'm gonna choose, let's go all the way down to the bottom. Where's US? All locations, go to US, and I'm gonna connect to Houston. And just by clicking on it, it tells me that it just connects immediately. Here's invite a friend. I don't need to do that. Let us know how you're doing. I don't need to do that. And there's time I've been on it. The VPN protocol is automatic. If you go look at over here under profile, you can see there's my status. It expires in a month. And there's my ID that's associated with my account. Here's where I manage my subscription, which takes me into the ExpressVPN website. Let's just come back out of that for a minute. Here's settings. Let's see, settings. I can do, sand, midnight, sky, twilight, like that. Show express location in the menu bar and dock. Is it down here in the dock? There it is right there in the dock. I can change it, just put it in the menu bar or the dock. I'm good with both. Again, it's up top here as well. Come back out of this. What does this icon here do? It's been hovering there for a while. Oh, it just makes that bigger. So I can go back to profile. Yeah, it closes that window. Go back to profile. Appearance, internet kill switch, VPN protocol. See, I'm not smart enough to know what all that is. I'm not going to mess with that. Split tunneling, again, I don't know what that is. I'm not going to play with it. I would recommend you get aware before you start clicking on stuff. English, auto connect, create rules to automatically connect or disconnect VPN when joining a network. So I could tell it to auto connect when I connect to a specific network. That sounds pretty cool. I'm not going to do that right now. Connect on launch, so I could tell it when I turn my computer on, connect. I can have Express come up when I turn the computer on. I can show desktop notifications or turn them off. Refer a friend, uninstall it, delete the account, which I may end up doing, because remember I'm doing this as a test. I can sign out if I want to. Then I'd have to have that magical code to be able to sign back in. Let's go back over here and see. This is pretty cool. Let's do a speed test. Now this test was checking the speed test through the VPN server in Houston. I have a 1 gigabyte up and 1 gigabyte down, and I'm wired. I'm not using Wi-Fi to get to my router. And this downloads 828, upload is 765. That's not too bad. That's about normal for what I normally get, which is telling me that using this VPN, specifically through Houston, it's not a huge delay. It's not causing much of a delay on my my network connection. I'm going to go back to turn the VPN back on. And let's go see what else we have. Here's add-ons. So I could tell it to start blocking ads if I want. That's a part of my subscription. I can tell it to block malicious sites, a part of my subscription. I can block trackers. Now I have to upgrade to do that. I can block adult sites, which I have to upgrade to do that as well. And I can get my own dedicated IP address, which, let's see, dedicated work. So can I get a dedicated IP or do I need that? I don't know the answer. It depends on what I'm using the VPN for. So let's come back out of that, close that, and back to the home page. Let's see, profile add-ons. Go mobile would allow me to click on that, get quick access on all ExpressVPN features on your mobile phone. So I can actually grab that QR code with my mobile phone. I don't know if it's going to automatically log me in, but it makes it easier for me to go get the mobile phone app that put on my phone. Close that down. Here's help. How to use it. I can't get connected. I can connect, but there's a problem. I guess that would send me to people for help. Here's where I contact. I have customer support, respond faster in English, issues with VPN. So these are different issues that I would want help with. So that's pretty cool. That sits that right there in front of us. I did my speed test, back to my VPN, go mobile. That's pretty much everything. So just a quick presentation of what the dashboard of ExpressVPN. It looks pretty simple. It works pretty simple. I can change different VPN servers, fairly simple. Can I go to Cuba? Let's see if I can go to Cuba. I'm connected in Cuba, go figure. And I'm not going to do the speed test, but I may want to. And I'll disconnect. I'm disconnected. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty straightforward. I showed you how to go get ExpressVPN, how to pay for it. I used PayPal. You could use a credit card. I showed you how to install it. There was really not a whole lot of configuration to do. I had to log into the app once I installed the app on my computer. And then to use it, all I did was select a location to where I want to connect. And once I selected the location, then I simply clicked on it. And when I click on it, it automatically connects. And then I showed you the dashboard for ExpressVPN. Hey, I'm Teddy. My purpose was just to introduce you to VPNs, show you how easy it is to use them. The previous video, I talked about why you should or shouldn't, how it helps you or doesn't help you. And I hope the combination of these two videos is useful for you.